Welcome back. In this lecture, we will understand the concept of chaining, right? So I'm going to modify the same example to make you understand the concept of chaining. So here I'm going to write, let me say filter, and then I'm going to apply a even filter here. And then I'm going to apply my own filter, which I applied in the last lecture, right? So let me modify this one. So I am saying that I want those hypertext that starts with the letter U, right? So if you look at line number 39, so you can say that it's a chain of functions, right? So first we have a dollar function, then we are applying a filter function, and again we are applying a filter function. So basically it's a chain of functions, or you can also say that it's a chain of wrapper set, because a dollar function is going to return a wrapper set. Then the next filter function, it is also going to return a modified wrapper set, and the last filter function, it is again going to return a modified wrapper set. So either you can say it's a chain of functions, or either you can say it's a chain of wrapper set, right? And in this example, we are saying that we want all anchor elements from the document, and then we are going to modify the existing wrapper set by applying a colon even filter. So from the existing wrapper set, I will get all even positioned anchor elements, and finally I am saying that from those even positioned anchor elements, I want only those anchor elements where the hypertext is begins with a letter U, right? So let me save this and go to your web page, refresh your page. Now if I click on the make changes, see, I got a red color on the upload menu item, right? Now you have lot of experience of filters, so you can easily find out that how we got this red color on the upload menu item. So figure out yourself. So let me go back to the concept of chaining. When we are working with the concept of chaining, the most important thing is you must know what is your current wrapper set, right? So it is really important. So let me first draw some wrapper sets here. You know that in this example we are going to have three different wrapper sets, and the last wrapper set is always the current wrapper set, because when you apply a CSS function, so with the help of CSS function we can change the color, right? So this CSS function will always be applied on the current wrapper set, and in this example the current wrapper set is the last wrapper set. And remember that in if you have 5 wrapper sets, then the last wrapper set will always be the current wrapper set, right? And in the last wrapper set, you know that we have only single anchor element where which starts with the letter U. Okay, so that is why the red color is being applied on only one menu item, and that menu item is in your last wrapper set, and that wrapper set is the current wrapper set, right? So let's say if I want to apply color on the second wrapper set, so we have 3 wrapper set here, so I want to go to the second wrapper set and I want to apply the colors on even positioned elements, because your second wrapper set represents all anchor elements which are at even position, right? So how can I do this? So you can do this with the help of a end function. So I can write down end here. So when you write a end function, right, so this function is a part of jQuery library. So when you write an end function, now you are moving one step back from the current wrapper set, this position to this position, right? So we are moving one step back from the current wrapper set. Now my current wrapper set is the second one, right? Because I have called the end function. Now the last wrapper set is not the current wrapper set. Now my second wrapper set is the current wrapper set. So let me save this code and let's execute it. Okay, so let's go back here, refresh your page. Now if I click on the make changes, see all even positioned anchor elements are in red color, because right now our current wrapper set is the second one, this one. So let me highlight this one so that you can have better idea. Now all queries will work on the second wrapper set, right? So if you want to move back to the first wrapper set, so I can call end function again, right? And this way you can return to the first wrapper set. You will move back one more step towards the starting position, right? So now my current wrapper set is this one. So let me point out here. So this is the current wrapper set because we have moved back 2 steps from the last wrapper set. Okay. Now the color function will apply on the first wrapper set, and you know that your first wrapper set is representing all anchor elements, right? So it means the color function will apply on all anchor elements, right? The red color will be applied on the all anchor elements. So let's save this document, and let me first erase everything here, and then I'm going to save my document. Go back to your home.html, refresh your page. Now if I click on the make changes, see now your CSS function is executing on the first wrapper set, which represents all the anchor elements. So with the help of end function, you can move between wrapper sets, but remember that from you cannot move from beginning to end. You can only move from end to beginning, right? So this is the idea of end function, and this concept is really important in chaining, right? So in chaining you must have an idea that what is your current wrapper set. So this is all about the concept of chaining. So let me close this session now.